Yo, what it do, man? This is the final journey for 2022 for us, man. I got my guy in the building, man.
What's happening, y'all?
I don't even know where to start with him. This is my longtime dearest. There's so many things I could call it and name it and say it,
Right.
but you know what? I'm gonna just call it greatness, man.
Okay.
And for Bergen County, what he stands for and what he believes on and what he has cemented, no one can take away from him. When I say that about my guy, Dre Perrin. I mean, you can love him or hate him, but let's respect him. And he's here at the round table, and we're going to chop it up. We're going to talk about the journey.
The journey, baby.
The journey. Because it was a hell of a journey to get to where you got to get. And without no struggle, there's no progress, man.
Ooh, you ain't never lie about that, baby.
Before I start this, I got to salute you and say I'm proud of you, King.
Oh, man, I was proud of you, B. Yo, you don't know how much that means to me, B, because you and I go back. And I know your words are sincere. You know me better than half of these, any broad that I even to anyone. Real talk. So to hear that from you, brother, that really, really means a lot. And I really appreciate you even reaching out to me and ask me whether or not I want to be part of this, because there's no way on earth I want to be part of this, man.
I appreciate that.
Come on, we family, son.
I definitely
we
appreciate
family.
that.
And there's some things I want to talk to you about that I never really talked to you about too. I want to express my feelings about some things too. So this is a great time to do it, especially.
Give the culture what they need, man. But understand this though, people fail to realize this. And I have to say this before we start this, that our relationship is built on legacy.
Yeah. Okay.
And a lot of people may not, what do you mean with legacy? Yo, me and this guy go so far back to our parents, his great-grandparents, to his little sister, to the dog, to just when the lights was cut off in the playground. Yo, come home, Cross Street Park, Oakland, to Charles Washington, Kevin, Roger, Mimi. Like, this is essence, and I'm naming cats that some of y'all probably never even met, but that's how far we go. But let's be clear, we may not be together every day. We may not see each other. We may not even talk on the phone. But you know when it's great is when you just take off where you left off. And we never left off.
We never left off.
And that's why I need the culture to understand and know, man. So thank you for coming to the show. I appreciate your love and all your support. King.
Come on, man. Listen, B.
Let's go there.
Bro, you gotta understand, man. You was the one after when I really learned how to have some sex, my second time around, the first time I was clueless. You was the first one I came looking for with the smelly hands.
You branded me with your hands still smelling like it.
I'm sorry, man, but this is it might sound like some dainty shit, but that's what men did, y'all.
And we talking about kids. We was young,
man.
We was young.
I had my hand like this, B. Y'all was like, yo, Shy, yo, smell this right here.
All the way from Teaneck.
It was crazy. It was crazy.
You know what I
But
mean?
we go back like that, man.
All the way from Teaneck. He was one of the first few cats coming to Teaneck, BF, the middle school.
Oh, man,
walking.
yo.
I mean, we put a lot of brothers on to the whole Teaneck joints.
Yes, we
the
did.
Females. All of those things that, the essence of just when we was growing up. Our era, our funness, man.
Teaneck was amazing. Teaneck had the most beautiful ladies out.
Oh, man, they had it all, man.
Shit.
And when we got a hold of that BF, man, it was like a whole nother country.
Oh, my God. It was like, this is 5 minutes from us? All these beautiful women, where we been? It was amazing, y'all.
And it's no cars. This was all foot, bike. This was all walking.
Huffing
you know what I mean? Huffing it, puffing it, polo coats, first down.
You had the orange joints. You had the orange the orange polo joints.
This is when Teaneck had the Wonder Bread store. Where Elsie's is at.
Oh, this is so good. Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's just the greatness of where we've come from. And I say greatness because those times were great.
They were great.
We had fun.
Carefree.
And it was free. Our family loved each other. Our families knew each other. And that was the level where we came from. If I saw his mother in the street, I straightened up whatever I was doing ASAP. Because Brenda wasn't going to call me out. You know what I mean? Shout out to Mom Dukes and my Mom Dukes together up there chilling. You know what I mean? Laughing and joking and smiling down on us right now. Because I remember when Brenda got the Cougar with the red top, with the red suede gut.
Come on, son. The Cougar.
The Cougar. They don't even make Cougars. You know what I mean?
It was so nasty.
It was just ugly. You know what I mean? It was ugly, man. It was great, man.
She couldn't tell her nothing when she had that shit.
What? Come on. Top down.
Come on, ponytail. You couldn't tell
on, man. You supposed to be out here? I'm going home.
Right now.
Right now. Good. Did you eat? If you ain't eat, get to the house. You know what I'm saying? That's just the essence and the legacy of what I said was going on with us and our generation. People don't realize that, man. But yo, you got into this game, man, and you changed the game. And I say the barber game in Bergen County.
Okay.
But it all started out with What made you really want to jump into the game?
Oh man,
which I already know, but the culture may not know.
Come on, man. I pay all homage to my man G, man, Chavio, man.
Gerald Chave.
Yo, B. I always remember, yo, he's the best that ever did it, son. Yo, I used to remember walking home with him every day after school. We always watch the G House, go home watch Video Music Box.
Lemonade and cookies.
Come on, lemonade and cookies, and that sweet ass lemonade and cookies, and good old pastrami sandwiches from Miss Chave. Come on, that Video Music Box. And G used to cut the whole high school. This is crazy. Back then, everybody, all the seniors, everyone in the high school, and you know, one day I just was sitting there and I was looking one day and I was just watching them, and then I started adding up all the people that came through there. Like, hold up, this dude made about $300.
And he was, let's be clear, he was only charging $10 a head.
$10 a head. We might have been 14, 13.
He was charging $10 a head. 5 for lineups.
He made about $300 that day, and I was like, yo, hold the fuck, and this is not work. We sitting here eating, watching Video Music Box, talking shit, talking about tapes, listening to tapes, the Cricket pre-tapes and all that. It was crazy. I said, this is the best. I need in. This is not work. You get paid for having fun.
With your friends.
Come on, B.
With your friends. Knew him.
Come on, B. So from that day, I just started watching them. I never asked them, you know, I just started watching them. I'm like, okay, that's what he do there? Okay, cool. Okay, I said, I think I got it. Got me some little bullshit clippers, and I started practicing on my man. I never forget my man Charles Jones. Started practicing on him. And love you, Charles, man. Thank you for being my guinea pig for so many years.
Because I was G stud dummy.
Yeah, he was my
parts
stud
was
dummy.
big as hell.
Yeah.
Evelyn went crazy when I came home.
Crazy. So so from there, that summer, because this was a school year, so that summer I got a job at Les Barbershop. Still didn't really have my skills up, you know what I mean, but I was really passionate and really hungry about it. So started working there. You know, that was an amazing experience. You know, Les is, those of y'all know Les was a prestigious barbershop when we grew up, all black barbershop. Les had the Jerry curl. The master barber had a flat top. He had waves on the side. He had like a little widow's peak and the shag in the back.
Everything. He had 4 haircuts in one.
He had 10 rings. The master barber had a ring on every finger, yo. And y'all kids be wearing all them 80 chains right now. Master barber's doing that in 88.
And he was cutting hair with him.
With him. Right? All the rings and 80 chains, yo. Couldn't fuck with master barber. So I grew up with the old heads. When they was smoking in the shop and putting a cigarette in and the joint right there. I smell like cigarettes every day. Man. So I was there, I was rocking, and it was a great experience. You know, I was working with some great barbers, but you know, they wasn't really trying to show me the way. Like, y'all used to be like, yo, how you get them fades so nice? And they was like, yo, shit. I was like, damn, they was acting like they was the connect. Like, I was trying to get the connect.
But that back then, that's what it was, Dre.
That's funny style though, because I can't understand it because I was never like that. You know what I'm saying? We get into that. But you know how many people I taught this craft to, and so I was never like that. So I couldn't really understand it, but I was like, whatever. So make a long story short, I was rocking, and Les called me one day. He used to talk like he had marbles in his mouth. Yeah. Hey, baby, hey, buddy. Hey. Let me talk to you for a minute here, buddy. Hey, you know JoJo coming back here. I'm like, all right, that's my man, Joe. I grew up with Joe. That's family. All right, now Joe gonna show me some shit. All right, so I'm like, all right, bet. But then I was counting the chairs. I'm like, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I said, well, what JoJo gonna fit? I said, JoJo makes 6. Well, where you gonna sit? So I was like, I don't know. I guess Gillette's gonna work some shit. I don't know. So I come back to work. JoJo in there sitting playing checkers in my seat. I said, oh, so he fired me. I said, oh, all right, all right, cool. So I went home. I told my mother, I said, yo, Mom, man, this nigga Les fired me. She's like, what? That's so wacky. You been going there busting ass. I said, Mom, don't even worry about that, though.
But she wanted to go down there, though.
She wanted to, Mom, you know how she do. She wanted to put some work in.
I know she wanted to go
Man, she wanted to dry his Jerry curl out. Man, she was so tight, B. So boom. So I was like, nah, Ma, listen, I'm about to tell you, put you on game. I said, yo, listen, everyone from T-Neck comes down to Les to get their hair cut. I cut mad T-Neck dude. She's like, well, I'm like, what's up? I'm like, yo, listen, we need to open up a shop in T-Neck. And she was like, well, Dre, I'm like, damn, that sounds like a wonderful idea. But, you know, she used to work at the post office. She's like, well, how am I going to do that? I'm at the post office. Be like, how you going to work this out? So I was like, all right. So I thought about it for a few days. You know, back around that time, I had just met my father maybe a couple years before that. He was trying to bring the beat back. So I was like, there's a perfect opportunity. So I got with him. I'm like, yo, I'm going to show you how to cut hair. And you could be the adult in the situation. Exactly. You can imagine, I'm 13, 14, I might have been, what was it, 92?
Yeah.
He
was all still in high school.
Yeah, I was like 12, yeah, exactly. So make a long story short,
he got on board.
Found a spot. He got on board, and we found a spot. And him and I went and decorated, and that's what started Cut Creations. No, that was started Corner Cuts. My bad. Corner Cuts. The essence.
The essence. Now, when you started Corner Cuts with you and your pops, Did you have any barbers in mind that you wanted to bring in the building?
Well, I knew there was this dope ass barber from Teaneck I was hearing about. You feel what I'm saying? I heard he was one of the best dudes out there. He's kind of people in this house, so I went and got him. You know what I mean? We went and got him. He was happy to come on board. And he really opened up the floodgates for all the dudes in Teaneck. That's when it really got popular, because he's a real popular. Something like G. He was like a G of Teaneck.
Exactly.
And he opened up the floodgates. And then after that, it was just everyone wanted to come to work there. And I talk about, man, we in that era, I got so many barbers on there that y'all wouldn't even know that started there back then.
Let them know.
You know what I mean?
Give us your 5.
It's too many, bro.
Give us 5 of them now.
Oh, man.
For the culture.
Shaq. We got Shaq. We got the Chop Shop. We got Wu from Hackensack. I'm throwing out some big joints. Y'all don't even know about Buttafuoco used to work there, man. Come on, man. We got who else we got there?
Bo Rock started that.
Come on, man.
I didn't realize Bo Rock was cutting hair.
It's crazy because Bo Rock was my friend. You know what I mean? Back then, him and I was hanging out really hard, and you know, he's a little down and out. You know, man. I was like, you know what? I got you, B. You know, because this is all I had to offer. You know what I mean? I had a skill, and you, my man, I'm gonna teach you the skill.
And I got a building.
Right. It's whether you want to do with the skills up to you. But I got something to get you away from trying to do a little side hustle. Right. So you know, I took Bo in and showed Bo his skills, and now he's still kind of here doing his one too. You know, that's just it's mini Moors, but that was the God. So you see right now a lot of these guys that open up shops and they have you know, they train guys to come over for those. Those are like my grandkids.
Exactly, because you birthed a lot of barbers.
I birthed them, and then they have them, and then they have. You know
right.
what I'm saying? I might have great grandkids, real talk, but
you do. Facts.
Yeah.
And you know what's crazy? Brothers is in different states.
Yeah, all around.
Around, global.
You got to think when I opened up the shop in '92, Corner Cuts. There was no shops in Teaneck and barely any shops around, period. No shops in Bergenfield, Teaneck. Now they all everywhere.
Well, let's be clear. I don't think it was any shops in Teaneck.
No, it wasn't. That's why it was crazy. So, so that journey was amazing.
Well, let me ask you this. You saw what Teaneck had. You never thought about Inglewood because of Les and Brennan's and because all the other establishments?
Exactly. Because everyone from Teaneck was coming to Inglewood. So I was like, why arm wrestle with all these dudes in here? Let me just go straight to Teaneck and just get a straight, clear path. You understand what I'm saying? So that's why I just was hooked on Teaneck. And, you know, I would have loved, because it was my hometown. I would have loved that, but it was already, you know, crowded.
It was a business move.
Yeah, it's a business move, and it was one of the best business moves I made.
So how long y'all had to run and cut?
Oh, man. So we opened about maybe to 95. Okay. We had a nice 4 years run. And it was a great experience, man. It was crazy. It was young Dre, and boy, oh boy, man, you see them machines, man.
Walls can talk in there.
Woo! Those walls can talk, baby. You know these guys. You know right now they call it bullying or whatever this crazy shit was, man. Listen, you had to have tough skin back there if you worked in the shop, all right?
Especially in any shop, too.
In any shop, but you know me. I talk shit my whole entire life, okay? I love a good joke. And you know, if you talking some bullshit, you know I'm gonna call you out.
Exactly.
Oh man, I tore these dudes up. These dudes still got, to this day, dudes still got animosity from that back then. They still got animosity, man. 30 years later, man, over that shit. Yo, it's crazy how people hold on to shit. So crazy, but
you gotta understand, everybody didn't really know Dre.
You know what it is?
They had an idea, Dre.
Right, but everyone didn't know. You know what, Dre too, with me, I take a lot of fault because I thought everyone was built like me back then. Tough skin. You know what I mean? People snapped on me and I just got right back with it. It never made me feel away or got upset. You understand what I'm saying? And back then, I thought everyone was built like that. You understand what I'm saying? I thought you around, you laughing, you joking. I'll get you part of, you know, all right, cool. You snapping, all right, bet. And, you know, back in the days, there was no rules. Or everything goes.
You crazy.
You just talk crazy. Snaps. And it's one of the things I enjoyed doing. I had a snap crew in high school. You feel what I'm saying?
That's another thing I was about to say. Your crew in high school, we was all clowns. Clowns, warriors.
That's right. Everything
combined in one. So you bringing that up to Teaneck, and some cats like, oh.
There's a little, a lot of dudes is in their feelings to this day. But you know, but don't get me wrong, I got a lot of good brothers too I met out of Teaneck. A lot of great brothers that I'm still connected. But a lot of them other guys, they had a little rough times.
But you gotta understand, that's also the business and the game.
Hey man, the game is different, man. It was all fun and play back then, man. I don't regret none of it. It's just so funny. It's just that it's so funny. Why it's so fresh on my mind because I just flipped this house. I gotta join in Jersey City. I'm doing.
Congratulations on that.
Yeah, thank you. So my man
saw that thing start from a dump.
Yeah, it's crazy. Now let me tell you some funny shit though. So my man, my contractor, shout out to Shap Construction. That's my dude. He's amazing. So he had got rid of one of the electricians over there, but he didn't, he would hire someone else. But he didn't know that I knew that the guy he hired, I was like, oh, don't fuck with that dude. So he hired this dude, right? And the dude found out it was my joint. Yo, he funked the whole joint up, dog. Yo, this nigga had wires going to here. If I would have turned the light off, that whole joint would have blew up, B. Yo, he funked the whole joint up, for real. I had to go and get a whole nother electrician to go back and do everything over that he did. It was terrible, yo. But that's how hard he was all good. He was on time. It was all good when he didn't know his Dre joint. And my man must have slipped up. Was like, yo, you know Dre? He's like, oh yeah. It was over. It was over, yo.
His wheels start turning.
Oh, he said, oh, I can't. Oh, this one of the dudes that had a bad. He's one of them that had a real rough time.
And that's sad. And that's a sad. I'm gonna say this to everybody that's watching. Yo, let that shit go. Keep that energy and that baggage out the door because you're never gonna prosper.
Never.
At the end of the day, the crib wound up getting redone and it's popping and it's beautiful.
Done.
So thanks for your bullshit, Playboy.
Appreciate you.
You know what I mean? Now.
But that's the type of shit, with people, man, and
that you're gonna deal with.
Yeah, it is what it is, man. I'm happy to be who I am because I've always spoke my mind. I was able to look at myself at the end of the night. I was never the one to talk shit and duck behind it. I always was the one to stand in front of everything I say, and I was always the one to say it directly to the person, and that's what made me feel good. If I would bust if I wasn't able to say what the fuck I want to say. That shit would drive me crazy, nigga. I'm like, woo, like double judge, nigga. You be ready to jump in?
And this time you held it back.
Yeah, no.
It's times. It's a few times. And to the point where you said, I gotta breathe.
Yeah, probably.
You know what I'm saying?
Probably. But I'm never the one. I'm always gonna speak my mind. I don't care who you are. I don't care what you can do. I don't care what you're able to do. I don't care what status you got. I'm gonna speak my mind.
As you should.
That's it.
Cut Creations.
Oh man, Cut Creations.
But I never knew what happened with Corner. Why did y'all move? I want to know that.
Oh, so what happened was that so my mother and my father started going. They had a little breakup. They was going through their little shit, right? And I remember I was going to Norfolk State, so I came home from college one year. And my mother's like, yo, listen, I ain't fucking with this shit no more. Your dad, I'm not fucking with no more. Listen, there's a joint across the street. You can go. I ain't got no money for you. You gotta figure that out. Yo, you can go over there and figure it out. You know what I mean? All right, talk to him. He's waiting for you to come over there. If you're able to get the money up, maybe you can open up a joint over there. I don't know. I'm out of it. You feel what I'm saying? I'm like, all right, well, cool. So I went over there. I talked to the guys, an old pizzeria over there. And he was like, yeah, let's rock. I'm like, oh shit, okay. And I opened up in '95. Me and O. And
shout out to O too. Still rocking to this day.
O started up. O, listen. Let me tell you about O, man. O is my ride or die. O been with me since day one, B. Through all my joints, man. I love him. He's family now. There's not any more of it. You can always count on O to have this place open and running, yo. And I pay all homage to you, O. You my dude. I love you, bro. But without O, I wouldn't be here all these years and stuff, man. But yeah. So let me give you a story about Cut Creation. So so in corner cuts, used to be a lot of people, Tina is, it's mixed, minority, white, Spanish, everything. So it used to be a lot of diversity coming into corner cuts. And everybody, guy coming in with straight hair down, talking ponytail, talking about he want to fade and spike the top. We like, what? He's like, so you come in, be like, anybody can cut this? We like, no, sorry. Walking mad people away. And then one day I started like, yo, we walking mad money away. I said, nah, I gotta take my shit to the next level. I gotta know how to do everything. I can't turn no paper around. This is what I do. I said, so when I opened up Cut Creation, I had a whole different model. I said, oh no, I'm about to make this diverse. I need to know. Then
you knew that going in.
I knew that going in. I said, there's no way. I'm not, because by that time, a guy that used to work for me, they opened up a shop down the block, another one, and they started popping up a little. Not many like now, but back then. So I was like, I gotta do something different. I gotta open up mine to a different kind of crowd. And then I went to Inglewood. I grew up in Inglewood. I went to Norfolk State. Like, I never had been exposed to any type of cultures. So I wanted to learn. Like, honestly, I've never been called, but it's a blessing. People tell me, no one never called me a nigga.
What about in school, though? They didn't teach y'all that? I mean, I know they taught y'all the basics with the scissors.
What do you mean?
Going to barber school.
No, hell no.
So
barber school is like taking a driving test. Bro, you still got to learn how to drive. They don't teach you how to. They just teach you the fundamentals, the sanitation and things like that, brother. But as far as hands-on, nah, that's something you got to learn in the field. You know
so now you're going to Cut Creations.
So now I got this whole.
I'm bringing it. Your brain is already moving.
Rocking. I said
diversity.
Diversity. I'm about to expose myself to new cultures. I'm about to expose myself to new ways how to cut hair. I'm about to expose myself to everything. I need it all. So what I did was I went and got me a Asian. I went and got me a Philippine. I mean, same kind of shit. I went and got a for Asian. I went and got a Spanish. I went and got a black. I went and got a white guy. I went and got everything. My joint was United Nations.
And you even had female working.
Oh, absolutely, man. Yeah, absolutely. I said I'm cross all T's and dot all I's on this one, and I did.
But what made now? I feel you on that because that was one of the greatest moves in your career. My question to you, King, is you got to pick these individuals.
Oh, well, you know. Well, during
How
that
did
time,
that come about?
Well, then, see, with me, my model was if you know how to hold two clippers and you can see, I know how to teach you how to cut hair.
Okay.
That's it. Just let me see. You hold clippers? All right, cool. I got you. So it didn't matter what they was or who they was. As long as you can hold clippers and you know how to hold clippers correctly, come on, I got you. And that's what I did for the ones that didn't know. You know, but luckily I had some ones that was already popping and came on board. You know what I mean? And then, you know, Cut Creations was that shit. So everybody wanted to work with it.
To be a part of it.
So everyone wanted to be. You know, we was like Jordan in them days and Kobe when they had the Lakers going crazy. We was like, you know, we was that shit for years.
Yeah,
B.
Plenty of years.
Yeah, a lot of years. So,
Plenty.
you know, we won a lot of rings, B.
Yeah.
So
Facts.
so it wasn't an issue finding great barbers because they was lined up to work there. You feel what I'm saying? So that wasn't really an issue. But the ones I started off with that didn't really have talent, or the ones that I brought on that didn't really have talent, I showed them my talent. I gave them everything I had. So Cut Creations became amazing because now I was exposed to new guys that know how to cut scissors and know how to cut razors. Like, you know, I had hired a Spanish guy. He's come with a razor one day. I'm like, what is that? He's like, oh, you don't know, this is what we do in the Heights. I'm like, yo, I need to learn that. So I watched him. He taught me that, and my other guy was Nancy with the scissors. He showed me that, and that's how I got my scissor and my razor game to the attic. You feel what I'm saying? You know, you still got people here to this day that don't even do that. Still don't use the razors. It's crazy to me. You still got barbers that wait to use wire equipment. Like me, I need to invest in myself. There's nothing I can't do. I can put a wig on your head right now, dog. I can dye your shit purple, green. I can cut you with some scissors and give you spikes. There's nothing I can't do, and that's how it should be. That's what a master barber is. These people saying they master barbers, are they good? That's the definition of the master barber is to be able to do everything.
And anything with them clippers.
Dope though, and great at it.
And I've seen,
not just
I've seen you do some wigs.
It's not nothing. It's
and
nothing
them
I
wigs
can't
is
do.
like, oh.
Come on, man. I learned that about maybe 4 years ago. You know, because I'm always going to classes and educating myself because this is my craft. Why would I not be the best at what I do? You understand what I'm saying? And that to me, that's what success is. Success is being the best at whatever it is you do. That's what success is. And I aim to be success. So when I opened that up, I had a mean team. That joint was the United Nations. And what they did, they started inviting their friends. And that next thing you know, I'm looking all through. I got this joint black, red, green, purple, yellow, sitting in the waiting area.
And they all get, the thing about it made it so crazy is the atmosphere wasn't like, oh shit. The atmosphere was like, yo, what's popping?
And
what's going on?
That's what's important to me because I was a little worried about having so many people from different cultures and background being together. I'm like, how is this going to mesh? How is this going to? So I always made sure to control the conversations.
Facts.
We're not going to talk about race. We're not going to talk about sexuality. We're not going to talk about politics. You know, these are the things we're not going to discuss in here. Because I know once we start talking about those things, it can get nasty. Because we get personal. We got too much on it. So I always
people start to I don't want to be here no more.
Exactly. So I always did my best to keep that at a minimum. You understand what I'm saying? And that's what really made it work.
You kept the playing field where everybody can play and feel comfortable.
So you got a white guy from back then. You know, Bergenfield had all white people back then. You got a guy from Bergenfield sitting next to a killer from Harlem. They good, comfortable, talking shit. Straight strict up artists from the Bronx or Brooklyn somewhere, chilling right next to you, and you know, it was all love. It wasn't like you know, like oh my god, this guy is crazy in it. And I made it comfortable for everyone, and that was very important to me.
And you had to because let's be clear, it wasn't like that was the biggest spot.
No, very small.
We was definitely
on top of each other.
Exactly.
On top of each other.
You know what I'm saying?
And
but if it was so homey though.
Yeah.
And I think that's what changed the game. You know, I was telling a brother this about 3 days ago, and I was telling him, I said, yo, you know what? As I sit back and I get ready, was doing your interview, I said, yo, it's funny how everybody has a different way of changing the game. And I said, yo, what Uptown did was, Uptown was just barbershop was just in a prime location.
Right.
It was in the perfect location.
At the perfect time.
At the perfect time. And when Reg took over, shout out to him, yo, he grew it. But the only thing he grew it to be successful, but I told my man, I kept it real, this is no shade, he didn't groom nobody.
Right.
And I said that was the difference with Cut Creations. They groomed multi barbers.
That's so crazy you saying that, right? Because when dudes used to be like, yo, Dre, how do you start your own business? Like, how do you do this? I never was the one to be like, nah, bro, you gotta work. You know what I mean? I never was shade out, yo, listen, this is what you do. Get your LLC, get your idea, get your place, get your market, and you gonna rock. You know what I'm saying? You got your clientele. I always the one to help pushing a person to the next level.
Yeah, because some cats didn't want everybody to leave the stable.
Nah.
They thinking about it as more money, but at the end of the day, more brothers. One leave, another one's coming.
And it was like that. You know what I'm saying? It was like that until
it was never lost.
It was like that until it wasn't like that. Because you got to think that if you continue doing that for so long, then you're going to have a shop here, a shop here, a shop there, a shop there, and that's what happened.
Right.
That's what happened with Corner Cuts. And then when I tell you Corner Cuts was, I mean, we had every rapper, every celebrity, every big-time drug dealer, every big-time who's who coming in.
We had everybody.
Everybody from, this was the little, where, people from Harlem, this area got popular from the ring.
Right, let's be clear. Bergen County was, I'm moving to Bergen County.
There you go. Everybody want to move out here.
So
Everyone want these
Bergen
Jersey
County,
tags.
It's
up.
You up. Now I don't want to keep going to Bergen County or Harlem, but I got a dope barbers, and it's dope barbers over here, too.
I ain't got to go to New York no more. I'm over here, and that's what... It was like crazy, bro. Like crazy. Like Jay-Z used to come. We had to shut the whole shop down. People, the whole high school, I don't even know how they knew he was in there. Yo, 2 seconds later, the whole high school was all in front of the shop, yo. Oh man, I could write a book on just that shop alone, man. All the amazing stories and the elbows I had to rub and the things I learned over there. It was an amazing experience. It was crazy.
But you changed that shop changed the whole culture, though, man. And I say that because it was like, when you can see, the thing about it is a lot of brothers have these shops. After the shop closed, you don't see them.
Yeah, they done. They smoked. It's over.
They in the house, they gone. You was still mingling, mixing, diddy bopping. You here and there. Yeah, so everybody felt like, just because I'm at Dre's shop, but then I might see Dre at this event. I might see Dre out of state here. So it was also like, I'm everywhere, baby. You know what I mean? You embraced everybody, but everybody also embraced you because you wasn't standoffish.
Because I used to tell people all day, like, listen, the shop, the one thing about this profession, right, it leaves so many opportunities for you to do so much other shit.
I call the barbershop a community center.
That's what I'm saying. Like, so break that down to me.
Because the community center was somewhere where we went after school and we learned trades.
There you go.
And we got different aspects that wasn't being taught at home.
There you go. All in school.
All in school. So when you come to your barbershop, first of all, you got multicultural. Then you got dope barbers that's multicultural. And then everybody, you sit back, and it's times I'm sitting there like, it is rocking in here with everybody. You got brothers in the front blowing. You got people in there drinking. You got a white guy with his son in there laughing and joking, talking about sports. No one's feeling uncomfortable or out of character.
Yeah, I work hard to make sure that setting was like that, because it could have really went crazy with all that, and it could have went sideways. And it's so crazy now. So stay right there. Let's keep that going, right? It's crazy now when I ride through and I go through, like, sometimes I just coast around all the shops around the area and everyone that started with me. And when I look through the mirrors, and I look through their windows and I see that it's all black, white, cream, purple, and I'm like, yo, wow, that's crazy. I started that shit, B. You know what I mean? And it just makes me feel like, damn, like I started it, but that wasn't my plan. You know what I'm saying?
That's always been your little mentality.
You know what I mean?
Like, I want to be the first.
You know what I mean? Always wanted to be the first. Always wanted to do something different. They was doing that. I was always doing this. Always.
Because I'm quite sure you took slack for like, what are you doing, champ?
Yeah, like what you? All kind of people from barbers like, what are you doing, nigga? Like, what are you doing? All these? Nah, bro. They couldn't understand. They couldn't see it. And now look. And honestly, keeping it 100, I can say that. And I ain't being arrogant, cocky. I ain't off no shit like that. That I really started that in all of this whole area.
I'm putting it out there.
Yeah.
You were.
Yeah.
You basically was the new era of less.
Right.
Because less was one of the first to allow our generation to come in there to cut hair.
That's right. Yep.
Brennan's wasn't messing with us because we was a little bit too young.
Brennan wasn't
But
doing
Les was like, come on. And once he got one, he had another, there was a domino effect.
Yep.
And the same thing with what you did. You said, you know what, I'm going to be and I got to say the less of my generation because, you know what, I'm bringing diversity. Because back then, we was growing up getting haircuts, it was no white barbers.
No
filler.
No.
It was
nothing.
us.
No, that was it.
And then the white barbers had their own white barbershops.
Let me give y'all a little something to a little history on Les. So the Belly movie. So Les, if y'all saw Belly, which I'm sure y'all did, a lot of people did. There was a scene when Method Man came in and he had the Lexus, he was punked. That was Les Barbershop.
Right, with the yellow Averett.
Yeah, with the yellow Averett.
I rode Dolo from state to
state. Yeah, that was the barbershop they filmed it in when the guy was on the phone.
I don't like that shit.
No, I don't like that shit.
And you know how many niggas rolled past Cut Creation and said that?
Oh, I don't like that shit. I don't like that shit.
You see how life kind of circles, I don't like that shit. That's real shit. Damn, the NXX is out there. I don't like that shit. The Red Coupe is out there. I don't like that shit. He got Hove in there. He got Darnell. He got the football. He got this. He got Big. I don't like that shit.
Yo, it was one time, B. The car lot. I swear it looked like M&P on Route 46. The feds was investigating that joint because they thought it was on. Word is born, the feds used to come in there and get haircuts and be like, yo, you know what, guy was coming for about a month, then one day he just cracked. He's like, yo, you know I can buy some cocaine at? You're like, what? The Chinese food restaurant right across the street. But yeah, B, the shit was, it was crazy. It was crazy. Feds are investigating this, thinking some illegal, because there's so many toys out there. We had too many toys. Too many heavy hitters coming in there.
Too many. In that small location.
Yeah, B, it was that.
It wasn't like it was hidden.
Yeah, that parking lot was different.
It was wide open.
Then our joints, all of us had joints back then.
Yeah,
every last one of us. Come on, man. I made sure all my guys is good, B. You see these shops, nobody was struggling back then, man. Come on, man. You go to O got a mini mansion, baby, right now. No bills.
Had that red CLK.
Oh, come on,
they
B.
thought he was Hove.
Rocking, B. Rocking. My dude is doing good. My dude is so quiet right now, but he's always rocking, B. No bills. Everything is paid for. He's amazing right now, dog. I ain't got no. I want to be like that. He ain't got no bills, bro. Condo paid for. House, cars paid for. He's amazing, dog. But
and he always stayed in his lane.
Always stay in his lane, bro. That's my guy. But yeah, man, that Cut Creations was something else, man, and it really helped took my craft to another level. I learned so many things from so many different brothers. I thank y'all to this day. Exposed me to so many things, helped me understand different cultures and food that certain people eat and things like that. It really helped me get well rounded.
You and also, you was doing parties back then, so it also gave you different avenues.
Yeah, definitely meeting people.
That's what I'm saying. The
parties, parties was always like my little side hustle. Was always a
different
great
location to do parties.
Yeah,
like Dre doing a party here. What the hell are you doing over here? Why he ain't over here? Nah, you don't get it. Nah. It's probably somebody from the. It's all linked up with. It's all about the dots, man. Yeah, and that's where you always been, man. Yeah. Let's talk about, man, that little sit down you had for a little minute, man. You had a little small sit down.
Yeah, I sat down before. You know what? During that time, I never really respected my craft. You understand what I'm saying? I always thought that was more. You understand what I'm saying? And then I didn't have proper guidance. My father wasn't there and things like that. And I looked up to the hustlers. Back then when I was in high school, I used to hang with the hustlers. I used to be in club with Unique and Club 2000 in there, which as a little kid, I'm in there with bros and stuff. I don't know what's going on. I see they got Luke in there. I'm like, this is amazing. I'm at the rink. I'm seeing it, Poe coming in with the NXS, with the BBs. I said, I want to get one. That's where I got the idea. I said, I got to have that. So, I was really, kind of, out there, and I didn't really have a guidance,
one foot in, one foot out.
Yeah, you understand what I'm saying? I always knew this is going to keep me where I need to be. I never lost it because that's what kept me grounded, and I'm glad that I always kept my business aside and never mixed this shit.
Yeah,
no police never raided my shop. None of that shit. None of that stuff ever happened.
It was like when you separated.
Yeah, I always separated, but I always felt that I wanted more. But if I would have took that energy and put it back into the shop, I look back in retrospect, then it would have been. I probably would have had. It wouldn't been all these shops around here. These shops probably everybody worked around and it would all been my joints. Probably, who knows? You feel what I'm saying? But you live and learn. It was a crazy learning experience.
But it also made you the man you are today.
It made me the man. Listen, I'm not going to change none of my history because if I take something away from my history, my past, it's going to take something away from me.
Exactly.
You understand what I'm saying? You take a piece of your chapter with how you grew up, you might not. If I snatch something from
fabricated.
Check me out. If I snatch a piece of my past out right now and say we was able to do that, come right back here, I'd probably be in an old shelter somewhere. Who knows, smoking heme somewhere.
Right.
You don't know what direction it could have went, yo. So I don't, you know, everything was a stepping stone to greatness. You know what I mean? To become greatness means for me to be better.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And I don't regret it. You know what I mean? I was young. I was crazy. You know me, my dude. I was always trying to think about a hustle. Every day was a hustle, thinking about a scam. But you know that shit taught me though.
One thing led to another.
Everything led to another. I caught up
down for a minute,
and I ain't never go back.
Exactly. Same here for me. Cause I got caught up, did my little. But what I sat back and realized was that when you did sit down, and I was going to the shop every now and then because I got kicked out of Uptown. Shout out to Fawn on that. I always cutting my hair.
Right.
It felt good to still, even though I was like, damn, my guy ain't here, but he's still here.
Yeah. And that's why I think Omar always makes sure the door, make sure that, you know, the doors is open. You always make sure. Always.
It was,
always.
And it wasn't like it was, yo, honestly, if they didn't know you was gone, you would have never known.
No.
Because the shop never missed a beat.
No.
And that's one thing that kept me cheering for you even more. Like, yo, it's good to see my man got the right people in the building that respect him.
Because it would have went under.
Don't
give me my mother helped me too, though. Let's give it a shout out. She's going to collect that paper.
I know your mother did. She's going to stay on top of everything.
But she ain't there 24/7.
She ain't there 24/7, and she ain't got the clippers in her hand. All she can do is make her rounds, and then, okay, it's like when you're a kid. Your mother's going, come on out. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, to see that faculty that had that much respect for you as a man,
right,
to keep it going, because you could have left it to other cats would say, man, we gonna blow this bitch up.
Fuck it, smoking crack, smoke weed in here, drinking here.
We gonna start selling,
start hustling, all kind of crazy shit.
You could have been coming home or getting a call like, yo, this thing about to go in shambles.
You know, I never really thought about it like that. You're right. Some people tear your shit down, so you know
because they don't respect you.
Yeah.
They just respect themselves, and everybody, you know, back then everybody had egos.
Yeah.
I'm holding it down. Now, once I've heard that rumor, running around, talking crazy, so it was like, yo, I always cheered for that, because I'm like, yo, my man always knew how to keep the home team home. And that also comes from your upbringing. That comes from Boobie. That comes from Brenda. That
you
comes
know, I always
from
kept a crew, dog. You know I was never a follower, and I always kept the people together. You know what I mean? I always kept people together, and I always want everybody to be happy. You know what I mean? Like, if you want somebody to be upset with me, I was always the one to be mad. Be mad at me. I was always the bad guy. So I always wanted people to be happy and be. I like entertaining. You know what I mean? So I took that in my model when I became I don't even look at it as a boss. You know what I'm saying? Because
I never looked at you as a boss.
Yeah,
I just looked at you as a
one of my. You know, when I was in there, you were my homies. I never treated no one. I never treated no one like, yo, do this. I never was like ego tripping and you know dictating and no. I was a coworker. I called him. I don't even say you work for me. You my coworker. Always said that. This is my coworker.
And that's where the longevity came from.
Coworker, man. I was never no dickhead. I was just me, everyday regular Dre, man.
But let's talk about life outside of cut creation.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Cut creations, boy.
The hype, the bullshit. We got to talk about the hype, because it was a lot of hype.
Oh man,
it was a lot of negative rumors, gossip.
Oh,
if we had blogs back then, my guy, let's just be honest, your name would have stayed in the blog, nigga, like it is on TMZ.
Yo, at some point, B, I was like, do I got an album out on the top 10? Like, what is going on? I'm like, yo, that's so crazy. And I'm glad you brought that up, too. And, you know, because I wasn't even going to get into that. But that plays, we're going to back up to Corner Cuts real quick.
Okay.
All right, so, and this is really, I'm really glad you brought this up. Boom. So, during that time, you know, back then I had an all-star called Star team. And, I think I got locked up for some bullshit again. I think it might have been some motorcycle stuff. Nothing serious back then. I think I was with Ryan, license, by motorcycle with no license, something like that. Anyway, so I'm telling you how this goes into how this connects with you.
I know.
That's why this is. I'm glad you brought this up. And it's fucking. I never talked about this, man. I never talked about this ever. So anyway, so I had a barber there, right? And it's so crazy. Beige dude. And I think one of my clients told me, he said, yo, Dre, I don't know. I think you traumatized. Some white beige dudes must have did something to you, man. I don't know. And I was saying to myself, I was like, damn, that is kind of crazy. I give him a hard time, but I love him, but I give him a hard time.
Right.
But when I did the one and thought back, yo, every beige dude that came into my life did some females, males, did some real fucked up shit to me, man. Don't get me wrong, I had beef with black, dark-skinned people too.
Yeah, let's be clear.
You know what I mean? I had people, but I knew I had beef.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Beige dudes act when you don't even know y'all beefing. We kicking it right now. I go over here right now. You put me on, you knock me over the side of the head. I'm like, what the fuck? What happened? Like this, that's when I know when that story goes, when people be like, yo, you acting light skinned. That's what that should be.
That's
them.
a fact though.
That's them. And you got three kinds. You got the platinum kid. All right, that's the beige with the curly hair and the light eyes. Then you got the beige. You got the base model. That's just the beige. Nothing else comes with that. Then you got the beige, the regular model with the beige with the curly hair, yo. The one with the green eyes and curl, that's the worst of them all.
The worst.
When I tell you these, and I can't make this up. And again, I'm talking about stuff that happened to me. It might not be true, but I am traumatized from beige people. Word is born. Yes, I believe that I am. So anyway, let me give you a story why. And I got a tremendous story. Let me give you this first story. So boom, so I'm in a joint, right? So I called the shop, I called to see what's going on. I'm like, yo, what's going on? Yeah, had to pay phone in the shop back in the day. So I called the shop to get the day's news and shit. So I'm like, yo, what's going on? So my man picked up the phone and he's like, yo. I'm like, what's up? What's up? He's like, yo, police just came in here, dog. They looking for such and such. I'm like, oh shit, what the fuck? Who's such and such? I said, what happened? What's such and such? He's like, yo. Now hear this out. Check me out. This shit is crazy. He said, yo. And this is all, I've been a subject of rumors my whole entire life. So I'm never the one who's going to start any rumors. Everything I'm saying is 100. You understand what I'm saying? Yo, so boom. The guy, so the police came in there and was looking for one of my barbers I had working there. And he was like, yo, he's HIV positive. And he's running around having sex with undermining kids. Right. I'm like, what? All right. I'll tell you the cop name. Yo, look this up. This is all facts.
It's all facts.
All facts.
I know these facts.
So I'm fucked up. I'm like, yo, word, undermine his kids. Now that's the story. That's the story of the decade. All right, boom. So other dude I had there that I taught how to cut hair, that I showed them anything I had, any hustle I had, I put them on. This is my man. But when you're dealing with people, right, and them people got that little bit of animosity.
Well, you you can blow
just
through
just a little pinch. That's the shit that
those are the worst ones, the pinch ones.
Dog, that's when the purge come, that be the nigga to kill you. You understand what I'm saying? So, and this is like retrospect, I put it all together. I didn't know it back then, because I had an open heart. Like, I didn't hate. Like, I never was the one to hate. Like, I was the one that, if you was doing something, I wanted to get next to you. I wanted this, that's why I've been able to, that's why I go from every state to state and I know the biggest dude there and they love me because I want to get next to you and understand the hustle, baby. What you doing? I never was doing the hate. I see the dude coming through with a car, I wasn't like, I don't like that shit. I'd be like, I like that shit. Who is this dude? I need to meet him.
Right.
I was never like that. You feel what I'm saying? So hate was never in my blood. And then he's telling me the story. So it was another dude there that he got on the phone. He's like, yo, Dre. So mind you, now this dude was always, like, he was like, had a black cloud over his head. He always was known for fucking with dudes, girls, dudes jumping him, this guy was just a straight bad luck. His name should be Bad Luck, right? So he jumps on the phone, and when I tell you this is before Instagram, he was Instagram. This dude, Kaidi Chung, Sue Simmons ain't got nothing on this dude, B. This dude was Gossip Man.
He was TMZ.
Yo, B. Oh my God, he lost his. That's what he should be doing. He shouldn't be cutting hair. He should be a goddamn anchor man or some shit, gossip column. So anyway, now I cannot make this shit up. It was my man Big D right next to me on the phone talking to his broad, right? I'm on this phone right here. He gets on the phone and he's like, yo, bro, remember you was trying to fuck a homie's girl, yo? I'm like, yeah, my nigga, you heard what you said. I was trying to fuck her. I ain't fuck her. Like, oh, shit. Well, like, now this is early on age, my nigga. This is easy age. This is when people was ignorant. Right. You think you can
touch me.
Don't touch me. This is terrible age, B. This is, I was 19, bro. I was still in my last year in high school. This is terrible. So you get that. This is bad.
This is disgusting.
It was bad. So anyway, I'm like, yeah. I'm like, all right. So I was like, what that mean? He's like, yo, I'm just saying, yo. Boom, we get off. So I get off the phone. I cannot make this up. My man is talking to his wife. I hang the phone up. He hangs the phone up 5 minutes later. It's like, yo, my nigga, I heard you had AIDS. I say, yo. I said, what the fuck are you talking about? He's like, yeah, such and such just told such and such. It's such and such just told me. I said, God damn, what, he had a phone to his ear while he's on the phone with me? This dude is amazing. So that's that little bit of animosity. Because think about it. What's the story? A man fucking an underage woman and giving and knowing HIV positive, that's the story. That's a story now.
Within the story.
Man, that's a story right now. Front page, man, on all the joints. Now, they didn't want that story. They wanted that Dre Perrin story, baby. And And oh my gosh, when I tell you that shit, ooh, yo, bro, that really, yo. If I wasn't built how I was, if my mother didn't raise me to be the man I was, if my mother didn't have those talks with me, I wouldn't have made it through that time, B. Let me give you some more another Jew that I never even talked. I broke the silence with this with my friends and family not so long ago. No one ever knew about this shit. So that shit spread it like wildfire, right? Like crazy. So it got to two guys, real popular guys in Inglewood, right? 2-3 popular guys in Inglewood, right? It's so crazy too. All these guys are dead right now. Really strange. Got to them, and when I tell you, they went crazy with it. And I used to always say to myself, like, what did I ever do to these guys? I looked up to you, man. One was the multi-millionaire, had all the beautiful cars. One is the dude we used to have the gambling spot together, the first barbershop. My other man I used to hang out with. Why y'all doing this to me, bro? I could not understand it. Like, they just went crazy with it. I don't know. Maybe because I was dealing with a popular girl, another light-skinned girl. She's, oh my gosh, I'm coming to pick her up. She's driving off of Puffy and all that.
That was a whole nother side.
Oh, that's a whole nother story. That's what I'm telling you. I'm traumatized off these beige joints, B. Anyway, make a long story short. So, I couldn't understand it. I'm like, yo, so it went crazy, bro. When I tell you, like, it went everywhere. And,
I know.
And I mean, it carried. It went out of town.
It went out of town. Somebody said something to me at a party.
Right.
And they was from Connecticut.
Crazy, dog. Yo, you would think, right? Yo, that joint was on me like I had a backpack, like a turtle shell.
How did you handle that, though?
Yo, I mean, yo.
Because I ain't gonna lie, champ, I never saw you let that affect you. If it affected you, you never let it show.
I never would have let nobody see me sweat, brother. It affected me, though, bro. You gotta think, man. I go in the whole party, the goddamn joint go, everybody in the party look around.
Facts. And that's what happened that night. We was up at that bicycle party.
It was terrible. I don't care where I'm at. DC, Virginia, Vegas, wherever I'm at, bro. Like I'm telling you, like I said before, you think I was the hottest rapper at the time. This gossip. And again, you would think, so my man that knows the real story, you would think that he would have, that's what I'm trying to tell you. I'm traumatized about these beige people. So my man that told me the story knows the story. You understand what I'm saying? The cop told him. You would think he'd be like, nah, it ain't happen like that. No, this is what happened. Nah.
He put on his marathon.
That any minute, that little animosity,
it's
baby.
It's my time to destroy him.
And now I see, he's like, no, let him get destroyed. They ain't gonna let him just get destroyed. So that joint went crazy, and it got to a lot of dudes, man. And you know what really bothered me when it got to dudes that I used to hang out with, or associates. You know what I mean? Because I'm cool. You know, I'm the type of person, I got the personality just to walk in a room. And I have the type of person that I can make everyone like me. All right? But that's too much work. You know what I mean? I don't want to do that. I don't care if no one I don't care about that kind of shit. But some people like to be liked by everyone.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? I don't
be accepted.
Yeah, they want to be accepted. I don't care about that.
They don't even care they like.
They just want to accept it. So for me to deal with someone and let them in my joint, that's a lot. And I don't let energy in my shit. So if I talk to you and shit, and then you go around saying that I got AIDS and HIVs and shit behind my back and you bothering, that shit really hurt me. So let me tell you how this shit. So we're really made me really get on some really serious revenge shit, right? I remember this first time, right? I remember this dude, one of your boys too, so crazy, right? These girls from DC called me and was like, yo, you know this dude? I'm like, oh, yeah, I got some good peoples, right? So, no, I'm sorry, let me back up a little bit. I met these girls, and they was talking about him, and they was talking crazy about him. And I was like, they didn't know that I knew him. I'm like, yo, I'm not going to let nobody talk about you, even if we not that cool. But if I know you better than I know than the people that's talking about you, I'm not going to do it. I'm either going to remove myself from the conversation, or I'm going to say something. You understand what I'm saying? So I was like, yo, that's wacky. I don't do that. She's like, you know him? He said you such and such and such and such. I said, what? Yo, when I tell you that, so that was my first experience knowing someone that kicked my back in. Yo, that shit. I felt like it made me feel crazy, yo, and I'll never forget. So I got my homegirl. I went and picked up from the airport. So I'm driving. Mind you, I'm fresh as hell. I got my Miu-Mius on. I got the suede show, crazy shit on, and I see the dude. When I tell you, blood just came to my. I just got so upset. So I ran down on him. We had a little scuffle. Went in his mouth. It was crazy. Making a long story short. But then I was like, I can't keep on doing this. This is crazy. I ain't with all this. I'm not keep on getting this. I'm not gonna fight everyone that says shit to me. This is crazy. I can't keep on living like this, yo. So I kind of fell back from it. But what hurt me was that Now I get some new news. You know what I mean? So the rumor's going even crazy. It's at its highest. And now people that are really I'm hanging out with are really saying this shit about me. And I couldn't people I'm cutting. I'm like, yo, this is fucked up. So I'm like, damn. Like, damn, what I do to this person? What I do to that person? And then I go home, right? While people saying the A shit about me, I'm really going home watching someone really suffer from that shit, bro. Watching a person that I love dearly deteriorate day by day from that shit. And here these motherfuckers are running around town saying I got AIDS and not understanding how terrible that disease is, right. What it does to a person. And I've seen it step by step all the way to the person lost their life. And that just made me more infuriated. So here you are going around town saying this and that about me. Y'all niggas don't even understand how fucked up that is to say about people. So I got on some real wicked revenge shit, and I just started twisting people's girls. Whether it be their sisters, cousins, whatever relationship they had to you, I'm on it. All right? And shit was whack, but for the time it made me feel good.
I mean,
made me feel good.
Do whack shit
it made me feel so good. There's another teenage dude, another beige dude. Now, mind you, none of these people I ever had any problems with, yo. I never had no problems with none of these dudes, but they just wanted to. That's when that hate. You know what I mean? If you had that hate when you don't even know people hating you. And I'll never forget it. And he was going crazy with it. I said, all right. Found this girl one day. Got her. Took a little minute. Got her, though. Now, you got to think. Here's a guy with an HIV/AIDS rumor, okay, terrible rumor, and I'm sure your husband told you, your boyfriend or husband at the time told you about the rumor.
Pillow talk was everywhere.
Pillow talk was crazy, and I still bagged her, okay? Still bagged her, all right? Bagged her, did whatever I needed to do with her, and got out of there. Now you sick, you understand what I'm saying? Now Dre the bad guy. But Dre the bad guy now Dre. Yeah, but I'm the bad guy, but you provoked this whole thing. You control this whole situation. All right? You didn't have to do that. I would never put nothing like that on nobody, man.
Especially back then in that time.
Bro, let me give you this.
Woo!
Back then, hold up, let me tell you how crazy it is. Right now, before I met my lady right now. All right? She's, my lady's actually from Teaneck. I tell you, I love the Teaneck girl. She's an amazing woman. All right? Brown skin. All right? Yo, so when I met my lady, some nondescript one of her girlfriends, now mind you, this is her best friend.
Was like in her mouth.
Yo, I heard. Now you would think 30 years later, we might be going on 35 years later, you would think that someone would be like, do their homework before they continue with something like this. You would think someone would be like, you know what? Before I say this shit, let me do my research on him. Let me see if he got any. I got 4 kids later, 1,000 relationships later, a bunch of girlfriends later, all right? This is what you still talking about?
No females ever came out even said they ever had anything.
This is what you talking about? So that's just how whack people are. You understand what I'm saying? But I learned then that people that do shit like that are miserable with themselves.
Exactly.
And all when I look miserable with their life, miserable with everything, all the people that used to go hard with that shit, I go to these little local bars and they're drinking their life away. Ooh, coach would have put me in that last quarter. I could have been playing in the NFL. Ooh, I was prom queen 1993. You over.
It's done.
You're done. And that's why you running on a hamster wheel, because you're miserable inside. So I knew, that's why I never knew back then, but I know now. You know what I mean? That's why all the people that misery loves company. So I was a local bar, talk about Dre, and all them motherfuckers are losers. All right, drinking they liver away. All right, so boom, so let me give you this shit right here. So there's a dude that a mutual friend of ours, right? And we out in a party, and again, I never could understand why this guy did anything. He's passed away now. Like I told you, the main people that really ran with this story and really made it popular are all deceased. Now, I'm not saying that has anything to do with it. I'm not wishing death on anyone. Never that. But it's just ironic.
You're just talking.
And I'm saying it to say that because I never had a chance to talk to them and be like, yo, bro, why you do that? You know what I'm saying? And I could tell that I seen one of them right before he passed, and you could tell like he wanted to talk, but he didn't know how to break the ice to really apologize. You understand what I'm saying? But then after that, he died. And so we never really I never really got to have a conversation with none of them. So then, boom. So this is another friend, right? So this is my man. I'm letting him hold my cars, my motorcycles. Here, man, have fun. I'm forgetting I got it. A broad told me, be like, yo, I just seen you down the street. I was like, oh, that's it. He's like, oh, okay, he everywhere at your car. I'm like, I don't care. This is my man. If I fuck with you, you can have anything I got. I don't know how to halfway fuck with somebody. Right. That's why I'm not the type to do some whack shit and be in your face. I can't even do that shit. So we had a party one day with this dude, right? So we talking to his bros and shit like that. So I'm like, oh, we might spun off to go to the bar or something. He's like, yo, the bro was like, yo, that's your man? I'm like, yo, she's a twin too. One of them died too. She died too. That's crazy. And she's like, yo, that ain't your B, yo. He ain't your man, yo. You know this nigga going around telling you such and such stuff. So I'm like, what? That shit really hurt me, bro. Cause I'm at this dude's house, we chilling, we going out of town, we partying. I'm like, what? She's like, yeah, B, yeah. Just told me right now. Yo, watch that nigga, yo. Yo, rumor is he got AIDS or whatever. Whispering in his ear while I'm trying to kick it to him. Right there. So I'm like, oh shit. I said, all right, I'm gonna get this motherfucker. So, and it's so crazy, right? Makes it even more crazy. The main dudes that was running around saying this AIDS shit about me, they had a fallout over my ex-girlfriend. Both of the main people that was going around town saying this about me dealt with my ex-girlfriends. And those two had beef with themselves over this broad. Isn't this crazy? So, he's in love with my ex-girlfriend. Perfect. Who did I see one day? My ex-girlfriend. I'm like, hey, what's up? You know, this nigga, perfect. Come on, let's go out, get a drink real quick, man. Make a long story short, you know what happened. All right, boom. So we come out the spot, and ironically, because you know I like to keep shit to myself. You know, I don't really like to type I have fun just knowing that what I did, that's my fun.
That was your shit.
And look at that, my knowing that I see him like, you think the joke's on you? Nah, you think the joke's on me? The joke's on you, Jack. I always had to laugh. But this time, ironically, one of his boys was coming down the street when I was coming out the spot. You know what I mean? And they saw her with me. When I tell you her two-way, 3.7 seconds two-way time. Her two-way was going crazy. She's like, oh my God, he's calling me. I'm like, yo, that's crazy. Mind you, I'm laughing my ass off. I'm like, yes. I'm like, so anyway, make a long story short, I let that go, and this is what I'm about to get into now. So boom. So I let that go, whatever. I stopped dealing with her, you know, I'm kind of, you know, whatever the case may be, I did what I had to do, fell back from it. And I was kind of avoiding her, you know what I mean? And she saw me at a party one day up in out in Inglewood and Tenafly. And, you know, I saw her, and, you know, there's a lot of people there, so I was trying to, like, dip away. I seen her every time she see me, she was trying to get me, because homie was there, too.
Right.
So, she'd see me, I look at homie, he look at her, and then he'll look at me.
Triangle offense.
Trying to figure out what he doing. So I made sure I stayed away from, because my damage is done. I'm good, bro. You the one home crying, beating your girl up, going crazy. I did what I did, whatever. So, I'm leaving now. So she catches me leaving. And she runs down on me. She's like, Dre, why you don't call me back? What happened? I'm like, oh, man, I'm sorry, love. You know, whatever the case may be. Yo, homeboy comes out of nowhere. Yo, he looked like he was crying, yo. I never seen him look like this, yo. Mind you, I'm still eating this shit up. I'm like, oh, yes, motherfucker. So he's coming up there crying. Oh, yo, what the fuck? So he has a bottle of water, and he throws the water on her head like Nito Brown. Remember that shit? Cancel that bitch.
Right.
Throw the water on her head and walks off all crazy. I'm like, oh, that's crazy. Crowd is like, ooh. So she runs after him. And mind you, this is a lover spot. I ain't got nothing to do with this joint. I'm going left. They going right. So she runs after him and start, you know, hitting him with the windmill. Yo, he picks her up like this and with his joint and throws her into the Johnny in his spot, B. Can't make this up. Is that the Johnny in his spot there. She hits the Johnny in his spot. The joint tips over. The blue shit is everywhere. It's going crazy. She jumps out. She go back and chase. I'm like, yo, this is crazy. I said, this is terrible. Mind you, her uncle was a big-time drug dealer. Big-time hustler. Big time. So, I guess word got back to him about what happened. Boom. He comes around the block with his goons or whoever did. I don't know who it was, to be honest. I don't know who it was, but I know he had something to do with it. All right, or maybe. I don't know. Make a long story short, my man Shamik is sitting outside on the curb, chilling, along with my other little dude, Reem. Reem is out there, I think, too, right?
Yeah.
They all out there. Shamik, my man's outside on the curb, all right? Homie just goes upstairs. The car comes around, and they shoot up the crib, and they hit my man. So when I got this news, I'm like, yo. I mean, I didn't pull the trigger. I didn't have nothing to do with it. But the whole cause was because of me. And that shit kind of fucked. That shit did fuck me up. I was like, that's my childhood homie. I'm like, damn, look at this destruction. It's a domino effect.
Right.
No, I ain't pulled the trigger. No, I had nothing to do with that part. But the reasoning was from there, and I felt really liable for that shit. And I was like, yo, this is whack. I can't keep on doing shit like that, you know. Much as this really was killing me, and that incident with you really stopped my bullshit. I was like, yo, I'm not doing this no more. You know, it was crazy. It was crazy, B, because, you know, I really enjoyed it. There's another teenage dude. He came in, he got the missing hair. He came to me damn near crying. You sleep with my girl, bro? And he was the one talking about it. I love that shit, yo. Oh, it was terrible, yo. Yeah, you know your hair start falling out and then it starts sticking. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like it was curly, but now it was flat right here. So he had curls on the side and the shit was flattened right here. He's like, yo, Dre, man, yo, just don't have me out here looking stupid. I'm like, yo, bro, I don't know, man. You gotta talk to your girl about that shit. I'm dying laughing, bro, because you was just trying to. And he not only had a story about the AIDS shit, he said he looked in some girl's cabinet and saw a girl with a prescription for AIDS pills, and the girl was fucking with me. This dude made up a whole story, brother. When I tell you I enjoyed him the most. But anyway, I got a bunch of those kind of stories. Anyway, make a long story short, yeah, bro, and that really did something to me. But you gotta think, man. I'm 19 years old, man. I'm watching a person really deteriorate day by day from this joint. And you know, there's times I'd be like, yo, I want to switch places, man. Give me the fucking AIDS for real and let my peoples live, man. You feel what I'm saying? And it was really rough, man. And you know, I really I went through a hard time, man. I ain't gonna front. And my friends really got me through that time, man. Like, you know, really helped me out that time. And because they never turned their back on me. They never treated me with shame. They never, you know what I mean? They never didn't take the weed from me and smoke from me. You know what I mean? They didn't act off when they ain't never take my bottle. We drinking 40, whatever we drinking. They never took the bottle anyone. They always made me still feel like Dre. Well, other people was like, oh shit, or this and that, or this and that. It was bad, man.
I mean, me personally, I couldn't let that affect me.
Right.
Because I knew who you was. And until you came to me and talked about it,
right,
I don't care what anybody else had to say. Yeah. You know what I mean?
And you was in the mix.
Yeah, I was in the mix. That's what I'm saying.
I was in the mix. That was your crew.
I was in the mix, but you know what? I never allowed myself to get caught up because at the end of the day, I know who I am as a man. And I don't, you know, a lot of people get so caught up in wanting to be a part of shit.
Right.
They'll do anything just
to
be
and that's what's
accepted. It goes back to what we said. Niggas will do anything to be accepted.
There you go.
With that
part. And that's why I still act funny. These dudes be like, yo, why Drake? That's why your people be like, I don't fuck with that nigga. No, I don't fuck with you, bro. You understand what I'm saying? No, it's not that you don't fuck with me. I don't fuck with you because I have the power to make you love me. But I don't fuck with you. You understand what I'm saying? And that's why a lot of people are like, oh, Drake funny. No, I have the right to be the way I am. Well, after the torture and shit y'all motherfuckers took me through, man. All right? Off the bullshit y'all took, all the rumors and all y'all motherfuckers
that ain't no
did
little bullshit ass stain either.
You feel what I'm saying? To this day, yo, dog, 5 years ago when I met my girl, that rumor still came up, bro.
That's a fucking damn shame.
You feel what I'm saying? And that goes back, when I do look in retrospect, you think these are my mans. My personal friends, my mate at that time.
People you thought that was your man.
Word.
Let's be clear, because it really wasn't your mans. Because if you was my mans, we wouldn't have crossed that line.
Never. And so who I thought was my man back then. You know, I'm 19. This is my dude. I'm showing out cut here. You was up like, yo, all right, you know, it's my man. Nah, bro. Two of them are first people. Both of them I hired. One, I showed them my whole skills. One, to this day, they both barbers, man, based off of me and had their careers. They both ran with that shit, bro.
But you know what? And we not going to give that no more light. But I'm going to say this on some real shit. Everybody also knew back then what you were capable of doing. And that's what they were scared of. So they was striving to figure out a way to stop it. They was striving to figure out a way to stop what we're doing today that we're talking about. Because they already knew it. They saw King. When you put the diversity together and went left instead of going to Inglewood and saying, you know, we're going to take this to Teaneck, Mom. You already had game plans. Cats back then wasn't even thinking, yo, we ain't thinking that far. Yeah. And then you're not one. Like you said, you don't hold back your tongue, so you always giving game. So as you giving game, sometimes that almost hurts you. Like, this motherfucker got some shit up his sleeve. We gotta get rid of him. We need to. Yo, I don't like that shit.
I don't like that shit.
I don't like that. Yo, that nigga over there, I don't like that shit. So all that plays in the retrospect to who you are today, because honestly, all that shit, bro, that occurred, the rumors, the drama, the bullshit. Yo, look where you at today, King.
And again, you know what's so crazy? It was a rough time I went through. It was really bad. Like
besides the silence that was going on in the cut that no one knew about.
But
that had to be
just like you, when I see you, it was all the same. And you was in the heat of it. Your whole team, that was their everyday conversation. You was in the mix of it. So to see you and you embrace me with love like that, and you don't even know nothing about that joint. My friends, it really helped me through it. My 1, 2, 3, Rochelle, Gene, all of them. It was a rough time then, man. But I got through it, bro. And I think about it sometimes because it really hurt me because I was really seeing a loved one really deteriorate from this joint, and someone should never ever play with that. You understand what I'm saying? Right. You should never put something up, put that on somebody like that. I'd rather have me smoking crack than that one.
I'd rather have that room.
I'd rather have that. Give me that one, man. I take
you
that.
You can always come back from that.
Give me that.
Oh, he recovered. This is a recovery story.
Give me the heme.
You know what I'm saying? This the recovery story. So
that
was the dope part about it.
So
moving forward from all the drama, the bullshit, the nonsense.
Right.
Your mentorship program that you was doing with a lot of young brothers too, man.
So you gotta think, right? At this time, I wouldn't say that I was mentoring at that time. I would say that I was just being me. And I always want to see somebody win. You understand what I'm saying? If I took a lot of brothers in and I showed them how to sweep it. I showed them whatever I knew and taught them lessons that I knew and what I knew. And to this day, man, I see these young brothers and they say things to me like, yo, Dre, remember you said this to me, such and such and such and such? He said, I always stuck with me. And I see my man now, a manager, big time R&B guys. I see my other little man, his clothing line, big time rapper, like all these little brothers. And I'll be like, wow, Dre, you just see the impact you had on people and not knowing that you had that kind of impact on people. And that just makes me feel good. You feel what I'm saying?
You always had an impact, though. That's just been, that's always truly been you, though, Chan.
Well, thank you for that.
You know what I'm saying? You always had that with, and even when we was younger, it was always, yo, let's go. We got to win. Yeah. It was always win, win, win. If definitely. We lose, let's figure out why we lost and let's win again.
Let's do it.
You know what I'm saying? And here we are today, man. You know what I'm saying? I mean, King, like, it's so much, you got streets named after you, King.
Oh, man, that's so crazy. So, boom.
The restaurants, the real estate, where we sitting at now, Bespoke. Let's talk about how those cats that jumped the ship on Bespoke.
So after, that's a great one right there, too. So, check me out. So, after, I'm about to give that to you. So being that I educated so many brothers to how to open up a business and to how to be a self-efficient barber and run your own business, it came back and kicked me in my ass, came back and hurt me. Because next thing you know now, it's 80 barbershops on the street. So now my clientele is coming down, you know what I mean? I don't have that many barbers wanting to work no more. So I came up with this great idea. Business started getting slow. I came up with this wonderful, I said, you know what? This is everywhere now because it's saturated. So all shops is hurting. Right. So I said, yo, listen, I went and got my man from G, I went and got my other dude over here from T-Neck, and I went and got my other man from T-Neck. And I was like, yo, listen, this is what we need to do, guys. I said, yo, we all need to come together and combine what we doing, yo. Word up.
Union time?
Yeah, it's time to unite, yo. If everybody's like, yo, they was feeling it, they loved it, they're like, yo, this is dope. I said, y'all ain't got to put no money up. All y'all got to do is just come. You know what I mean? My man he had a shop open and he's gonna close his shop down and bring his staff here. You know what I mean? My other man was gonna come up here. We would have locked this shit down. When I tell you, it was an all-star team. And so I had a couple problems with permits and stuff like that. And make a long story short, the process got a little delayed. You understand what I'm saying?
Longer than
it was. So I guess during that time, these dudes was pillow talking to their girls, and girls getting their head. Yo, go do your own thing. Why you over there? Whatever might happen. This is what I'm speculating because out of nowhere they just had everyone just backed out on me, left me stinking. So here I am with this huge project, don't know which way to go with it, and now I'm like, I'm still a winner. So I'm like, I'm still going. Let's go. So I open up, and when I tell you, another clientele that I never expect capping came in here welcome me with open arms, and that made the difference. That made the balance. So I didn't need them no more because I invited and welcomed a whole different clientele, man. I mean, I'm talking about guys coming in here with yarmulkes, with the curls on their joints, don't cut my peckers. Like, it was crazy, man. And the Endurance community embraced me, man, and treated me like with nothing but love, man. And shout out to my community here, man. Shout out to all my customers, man. I love y'all, man, because y'all don't even know the history, man. It was going to be rough. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but they always say when one door closes, another one opens.
Man, I'm gonna make it open. I'm gonna bust a hole. I'm gonna bust the wall out. I'm gonna bust this wall out.
You're gonna figure out a way. We're gonna figure out a way to win.
Yeah, B. So, and then I mean, it's been no looking back, man. I really have. I really blessed. I have great clients. Don't get me wrong. In my years, I lost some clients.
It's the game.
That's the game. Clients too. They had that little bit of animosity. They don't want to see you doing it because they see my whips outside.
Doing too much. I'm supporting.
Oh, all paint exactly. Now they stop coming It
So
is
you go
crazy.
somewhere else.
Going somewhere
Like
else.
Hov said, I don't know what the fuck you thought. Them niggas foul just like us.
Exactly.
So you ran into Tonkas? You thought some Jews you could
Exactly, bro. So, you know, I went through a lot, bro. Like, the animosity and hate, but to still be here, man. 3 shops later, man. To the
Street named after you in the corner.
Yo, bro, let me tell you about that. So I'm in here chilling one day. The phone rang. My man D Green, like, yo, what up, bro? I'm like, what's happening? And then he's like, yo, deputy mayor want to speak to you, man, about a street sign. I'm like, what? I said, well, if they honor you with a street sign, would you take it? I said, what do you mean a street sign? Like Malcolm X Boulevard? Like Martin Luther King? Like Biggie Smalls, right? He's like, yeah. I said, well, shit. What y'all trying to do? All of them are dead. What y'all trying to do here, man? What you trying to do, bro?
Right.
I got some shit to do, man. I got plans. Like, and he's like, no, bro, this is real. I'm like, yo, for real? I'm like, yeah. So I'm like, so I thought this bullshit, kind of, sort of. I was like, 50-50, hang up. 2 minutes later, he called me on the phone with the deputy mayor, like, yo, Dre Perrin, I heard so many great things about you, man. Yo, we want to honor you with your street name, man. You the longest black business. I didn't even know that. I'm the longest black business in Teaneck, man. I didn't even know that.
Longest running black business in Teaneck, New Jersey.
The longest black business. And when I did my one, I am. Maggie's came like a little bit after me, but I am the long, and it's crazy. And you know, so many. I just never looked at it until they did an article on me one day. I think it's this one right here. Which one? One of these? No, it's not. It might be that one. No.
Let's be clear. You got the record, the Jewish link.
I can't remember. It's one of these articles, right?
Awards.
So the article went around, was talking to a lot of barbers that I employed and that I mentored, and they had so many great things that I didn't even know they felt that way about me. They're like, yo, if it wasn't for Dre, I wouldn't be this, I wouldn't have this, I wouldn't know how to do that. So that shit really like touched me, like, wow. Because everything I was doing was just being me. So it was a real blessing to hear what you've been doing when you from the heart, and for people to be like, yo, and you took that in, and that's the way they live their life now. You understand what I'm saying? And
they structured it off
they
your
struck
jewels.
right, and so to have a street named after me, man, that shit is just like, that's just an honor and then some, man. Like,
but you earned that though, King. Let's be clear, you earned it. Regardless, niggas, everybody can say what they want to say, but I'm gonna say one thing: your past is not your future. So all that shit that happened was coming to look at me now, and they still riding past talking about I don't like that shit.
I don't like that shit. Yo, dog, it's so crazy, right? My client hit me. He's like, yo, he sent me a picture screenshot. He's like, yo, Google took me right to your street, yo. I say, oh, this is getting crazy now. It's just different, man, and I feel great that I'm able to see it and go out there. I'm glad that I'm able to be part of this, and I'm just blessed, man.
Being a part of it, you built it, King. It is what it is. You built this bitch like my man said off Snow, brick by brick,
brick by brick by brick.
You know what I'm saying? Then let's talk about the wonderful restaurant, Sweet Teas.
Oh man, Sweet Teas is amazing.
From
man.
a cat that loves to go out to eat and run around. You jumped out the lane and did something different.
Yo, let me tell you a funny story, right? And this is going, so this all ties in. And the reason I'm telling this story, because it all ties into why I got the restaurant. So, there's this chick, another chick, running around talking about, you got beige? She's beige. You know these motherfuckers are beige. So she running. Now, mind you, I don't even know this broad, right? So she's asking some bros that knew me, like, who's this dude? I guess she's trying to do a little hood check on me. I guess some girls talking about me. Whatever it was, she's inquiring. And she's like, yo, you know this dude named Dre Perrin? She's like, I already had AIDS. And she said to my homegirl, like, no, I ain't got no AIDS. Get out of here. What's wrong with you? Oh, I'm just trying to, whatever. Make a long story fast forward. Then my daughter comes home crying one day. It was like, Dad, this girl accused me of stealing, did it? And I'm like, word, that shit is fucked up. Who is it? My daughter, her mother was cool with the same girl, and she got her to babysit. And something got stolen from the girl's house. And she accused my daughter of doing that shit. And my daughter was fucked up behind it, and come to find out, some dude she had over there robbed her. Some nigga she had at the house stole all the shit. And she accused my poor little daughter and never fucking said sorry or nothing, yo. And my daughter's twisted over it. I don't raise my daughters to steal. You can have whatever you want. They never wanted for anything. So I was really insulted. I was like, who is this girl? So mind you, I still knew it was the same girl in, but I was like, I don't know, whatever the case may be. So, let me tell y'all, shit comes into a full circle. So my man is calling me, and I get all these emails on Facebook and this from the broad. She like, yo, I need you to get with me. But my man hit me. He's like, yo, homegirl wanna holler at you, man. Yo, come to find out her man was fucking with my ex joint. Now you see, check this out. Now what if the rumor was real? You feel what I'm saying? What if the rumor was real? Look how shit come right back around in circle. You run around saying some shit like that. And then how and it go right back to your front door. Your man is sneaking off with my old joint. Now, mind you, I didn't deal with this joint maybe about, at that time, over a year. I was done with it. Like, so I don't even understand why she even wanted to holler at me. I don't know what she expected me to do at that time. But I said, you know what I'm going to do? I said, here's some get back. What I like to do. I'm very vindictive, and I said, oh, I'm going, this is beautiful. So she went crazy on the broad, went on social media all crazy, and I said, that's a sign of weakness. I said, I'm going to have fun with this. So I got with my man, and I peeped the girl style. She loves parties and being part of it and being liked and shit like that.
Accepted.
Yeah, being accepted. There you go, being accepted and all this shit. So I'm like, oh, I got a good one. So I said, yo, let's do a brunch. Yo, let's do a brunch at your shop, right? So mind you, I did a couple brunches in the joint, and I knew that, you know, I had a horrible cook back then, and he spunked up the whole joint. So I made sure I got him again. All right, I had these waitresses right there that was terrible as dropping plates. I made sure I got them. All right, I funked the whole joint up deliberately.
On purpose.
On purpose. So I told homegirl, I'm like, yo, just come look good. Now, she used to wear these weird outfits. Like, she used to dress like a superhero. It was really strange. Like Wonder Woman, these capes and shit with wings on her sleeve. I don't know. All this weird shit she used to dress like, yo. Dog, and I told her, I said, yo, just come looking pretty. That's all you got to do. You ain't got to do shit. Just come looking pretty. Dog, when I tell you I funked the whole joint up, she was out there serving joints. She got the makeup. Her makeup is stuck to her face. Her hair is over here. Her makeup is beating her. It's crazy. She's dropping plates. She's running through with the costume on. Dog, I had to go to the bathroom about 5 times to
you
start
crying.
Yo, and I come out and I straighten, get myself together, come back out and be like, hey, everything is all right? Oh my God, this is terrible. Let me go and talk to the cook. Never went back to the cook, went to the bathroom and laughed again. It was, yo, when I tell you, that's probably one of the best get back laughs, one of the best I ever had. No one, and I couldn't tell my man because he probably would have ratted me out. My man, sorry, bro, I love you, man, but you was a casualty to the war, bro. All right, so yeah, so boom. So mind you, we know a lot of mutual friends, and like one of the times I came out and I looked out, I'm like, damn, this shit is rocking. Like it is rocking. Like don't get me wrong, it was still kind of, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I had her working. I did what I did to her, and it was
right.
Oh, it was so great. Still great. Y'all seen my girl and I seen her. So my girl don't know I know her. So my girl and I seen her at a party one time, and she was like, my girls went to introduce me to her. She's like, oh, I don't fuck with Andre. My girl's like, what's that about? I was like, I don't know. I was like, I don't even know. That's crazy. So boom. So I'm like, yo, this shit is dope. So right there, I said, yo, I'm gonna open a restaurant, B. This is crazy. I can really make this shit happen if it's done right. And when I got with my girl, I was telling my girl about that. I'm like, yo, listen, you know, she's like, yo, you too? She's like, I always wanted to open up. I'm like, word? She's like, I got a spot for you, player. I said, for where? She's like, come to Montclair. She lived in West Orange back then. So we went to Montclair. We went up and down Bloomfield. I said, where has this place been? I never knew about it. She put me on. I said, this is amazing.
Dope location.
Dog. So we went, so check me out. Mind you, it took us hard time. Yo, it was a hard time finding a location. Let me tell you some funny shit. So the location we at now, it was something there already. It was a Cajun joint. They had a southern joint. So we looked in the window. We were like, oh, fuck, they stole our idea. Damn. So we was like, so what? We still going to keep on pushing. So we went up the block, and maybe a day, 2 ladies, whatever, a month later, my lady calls me. She's like, baby. I'm like, what's up? She's like, yo, remember that spot that we said would have been perfect? See, they went out of business. I said, what? She's like, yeah. I said, why the fuck you on the phone with me? You should be on the phone with the goddamn realtor. Getting that shit right now. So she hung up, and then the next thing you know, Sweet Teas has started, man. We opened up in the pandemic. It was rough. But when I tell you, bro, we filled a void out there like never before.
Still filling the void.
Yo, let me give you this, though. All right, you know, I've been outside a long time. You know, I've been a barber. I hired all kind of weird junkies, killers, murderers, all kind of money dudes. Been around all this. I had never in my lifetime been around, understand these guys like this at this restaurant. They different. They aliens, bro. They have no loyalty. They have no commitment. They have no dedication. Like, it's terrible. I never experienced like this stuff. And now when I look back, I understand why those cooks at the joint was terrible at the joint. They are terrible people. It's their mentality. Yeah, they could be hella talented and all that. But it's like dealing with a crazy-ass a rock star.
Right.
Just bug. Just like, that's how they are, man. And I don't know if it's the artistic in them, but this is one of the worst struggles I ever dealt. One of the hardest challenges ever was dealing with these people, and it's the people in the restaurant. And we ain't gonna talk about our people. We ain't gonna talk about the ignorance I deal with Negroes and not understanding certain things, not understanding that if it's not like how your mama cooked it, doesn't mean it's nasty. It just means that you don't like it.
Right.
So it's all kind of stuff I deal with, but I will not change it again, and I love it. I love it because the rewards are trumps that bullshit.
And let's be clear, the dope part about it is that you also went to another brother who was established and didn't be like, nah, I ain't going that way.
Oh, I can't leave my man out.
We can't forget about Chef Lowe. Shout out to the Boulevard for blessing us.
Yo, Chef Lowe. So boom, yo, when I tell you, Chef opened the doors for so I went to Lowe's with my idea. He never was like, nah, I don't do that, Dre, or nothing like that. Or I don't know about that, Dre. He said, oh, what's up? I got the perfect guy I can introduce you to. Come on in. What you want to do? I want you to do my joint. Oh, not a problem, Dre. Chef, shout out to Chef Lowe's, man. Chef Lowe's really taught me everything about this game. He introduced me to my mentor, Jason. He's a scientist, restaurant scientist. That's really his name. Lowe's learned from him. He was Lowe's student. I mean, Lowe's was his student in culinary school, and he connected me with those guys, and I stayed with them day out, day out. Yo, I could be a cook. I am a chef.
I'm gonna tell you a down low story.
I'm a chef, B.
That Lowe's told me. Lowe's said, yo, I tell Dre I'll be there at 6, Dre's there at 4.
Oh, I'm not playing with you.
Yo,
bro.
where you at? I'm here. It's 4:30. What's up, Playboy? He like, damn, Playboy, I told you 6. Yeah, but Playboy, I'm here already. What we doing? I'm here. And I said, but that's how Dre is when he's dead. When he's in go mode, he's in go mode.
Nah, it's no coming out of it. And so crazy Chef said to me, he said, yo, Dre, I want to thank you because I never have done anything like that before. I have never been able to take my talents and put them over there and they still be great. He said, thank you for pulling that out on me. Now Chef Lowe's about to open up so many other joints. I took him out his comfort zone.
And you gave him a different challenge.
And it is a little struggle, but my man came through with it like never before, man. And everyone loves the food.
Yo,
bro.
give the people the addresses that haven't been.
Come on, man. 1395. Oh, that's here. I got so many addresses.
See,
387 Bloomfield Avenue, man. Montclair, man. Sweet Tea Southern Eatery, man. Come on through, man.
If you don't know, man, go through. Get
no
that
pork,
black.
man.
Yo,
no pork
listen,
on my fork, man. Healthy, man. Healthy,
the food
man.
is amazing. The staff is amazing. It's hospitality. Yo, some of the food is actually named after family members.
Yeah, exactly.
Loved ones.
Yeah.
So let's be clear. This is all from the essence. This goes back to what I said about the legacy of him. But let's jump into this thing, man, called real estate game.
Oh, man.
You went and got something in the hole in the wall and turned it into a goddamn duplex on the low.
Yeah. That game, see, that's something I've always been, definitely wanted to get into, but you can't play with that game because a contractor can make
sharks out there.
A contractor would make you and break you in this game. And if you don't have someone that's down for you and real and solid, you're just over. There's so many people that I know that invested in this game and they came out wrong. Because you dealing with these, luckily I met a great contractor. Like I told you, he did my restaurant too. It's amazing. And he was a solid dude. You understand what I'm saying? Solid dude. And I never had an issue. with him. And those are things you need to have in place. You got to have a great contractor that you can trust and know. And we built $1 million plus joint, and shit, that shit was on the market maybe about 4 days, man. It's just been a blessing, man. And I'm on to the next, man. I got things lined up, and you gotta think. I bought my first building at the age of 21 at Cut Creations. On Corner Cuts. Cut Creations. I owned that whole building.
A lot of people didn't know that.
Yeah, I owned that. I bought that building at the age of 21. People didn't know that.
How many cats can really say that though?
21, I bought that building. Age of 21, 2 years later.
An establishment at 21. A lot of us. I had my first kid when I was 21.
Yeah, I had the Jewish guy paying me, the cleaners. I had the cleaners there, and I had a insurance office. They was my tenants. But early on in the game, man. So I always knew the value of buying things and selling. You understand what I'm saying? I was like, I'm always gonna get into it. I'm knee deep, man. I'm knee deep, and I love this challenge, yo. I love it. I can't, we working on something in Martha's Vineyard. I got something big coming on up there, man, and I just love it. It's just another challenge that I'm tackling. But other than that, man, I ain't got no complaints. But what's up with you? How's your family, man?
Man, everybody's good, man. Everybody's good. Last year, we had a tragedy. We lost my earth.
Right,
November
right,
29th makes
right.
1 year she's been gone.
Oh man.
62 years with my pops. So that's definitely.
But
we here, we blessed.
Right.
You know what I mean? How's your family doing? What's going on?
Everything, my shit. My family's really small, man. I have, my sister. We not speaking right now. I'm not gonna get into now. We not speaking, but I will get since we talking about light skin. I will get into.
Don't call your sister light skin.
No, not my sister. Not my sister. My sister got mind fucked by a light skin joint. So I was dealing with this girl. When I tell you this girl is infatuated with me, man. So one of my ex, I gave her a chance because I went to high school with her. I'm like, let me give her a chance. She was light skinned, but I was like, let me give her a chance. And the relationship was good. Relationship was really good. But we went our separate ways because at the end of the day, I'm not really attracted to that. So that shit gets boring to me after a while. So we went our separate ways. Still was cool, but she became upset. She had another dude. I think it didn't work out, but she tried to start coming back, and she became obsessed. At this time, I'm like done. I'm like 4 girlfriends past her. I'm like, what is going on? She's calling me. She's going crazy. So I'm like, all right, well, make a long story short. She grabs onto my sister. Now, mind you, my sister's 8 years younger than us. All right. They was never cool.
That doesn't even add up.
They was never cool. I never had them around. They never was. I never had her around them. They was never cool. It was never none of that shit, yo. I don't even understand it. But she infiltrated. She peeped on my sister's weakness and she grabbed onto it to be closer to me. You know what I'm saying? And that shit is crazy that I gotta come around and this girl's right. Anyway, my sister was no match for this girl's manipulation level, yo. This is her my sister couldn't do nothing. This lady mind fucked the shit out of my sister, yo, and had my sister wrapped around a joint. So I can't even blame my sister like this, but her real intentions was not to be befriending my sister. Her real intentions wanted to be around me. You understand what I'm saying? Until some bullshit popped up. And so weird, this woman's married, right? And what's really strange to me, right? What kind of man signs up for some shit like that?
Yeah, like, but sometimes niggas is just like the women.
Bro, I wish my woman would say to me, listen, before we get married, I'm gonna let you know I'm still cool with my ex-boyfriend's sister, so we're gonna be hanging out over there from time to time. Like, I'm like, what?
No,
what man wanna be around another man that was fucking your wife? And what's so crazy? That's crazy to me. Why would you even? And you know what? And
she might have manipulated him.
Of course, but
that's the whole thing. She's the master manipulator.
Yeah, she did. Mind fuck my sister, my poor sister, man. She did her dirty, man. She infiltrated and got my sister wrapped around her, man. And she's mad now because I don't even fuck with her. So now she got to stay with my sister because she can't leave her alone because she didn't build a fake relationship based off of false pretenses. But yo. There's times I've been at the house, bro, just testing the waters. I was single these times, testing the water to see she passed through. I tap her ass and do some shit like that. She like, stop. Her husband's downstairs. So I'm like, yo, I could have. So I said to myself, yo, out of respect for this man, because clearly I don't know what kind of man, but I know I wouldn't want nobody slutting my wife out. So I was like, yo, I'm not going to even do him like that. Out of respect for this man, because clearly he must be mind fucked. This girl got him twisted, yo. So, I refrained from slutting his wife out of my sister's house like that. But I just don't get it. What man would be all right with that? It's the weirdest shit ever. And, so that, like I said, I'm not going to get into the details while I stop talking to my sister, but this light-skinned joint, you would think you would think that this is my friend before this. We go back, like almost like how you and I go back. This is my friend. And you would think that when you saw that your presence is causing a little conflicts with me, you think you'll fall back. Not this motherfucker. She went harder.
Man.
Went harder, bro.
That turned her on.
Yo, crazy. Anyway, make a long story short, my family's got. I'm really gonna speak to my sister, but
how's the kids doing?
We get the kids are dope. I got a bunch of them joints. They run around.
You got more than me. I got 7.
Ooh.
And I'm a grandfather.
Ooh, pop. You pop.
Yeah, I'm pop.
Damn.
So, I got a bunch of them. I got 7.
Sheesh. Yeah, but nah, man.
5 BMs.
Oh, well, I got 4.
We're going back to smell my hand.
Listen, exactly. Listen. One thing I could say about my girls, right? The thing we fear the most as fathers, I ain't never had to hear some horse shit. I ain't never had no horse shit come back to me out, slutting your daughter. And if they were, I didn't know about it.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? And that's why I respect my girls. They hustlers. They about their paper.
I seen them in the shop with you.
Come on, they hustle. Come on, man. They about their paper. They hustlers, and they all beautiful, man.
But you're also a good role model, man.
I mean, I should hope so. Only because I didn't have a father, so I only could do the best I can do, and it just be me. You understand what I'm saying? Be me and learn. It's a learning experience. I'm learning too. I'm learning how to be a better father every day. But one thing I will say, I'm there. You gonna call me, and I'm there.
Exactly.
All right, I'm not missing. I'm not any of that. So every day is a new journey. A new journey to be a best father, man. And but yo, man. Other than that, bro, I really appreciate this, man. Like I never really was with talking about my personal, but nowhere in the world when you came to me, I could turn this down, man. This has been really great, man. It's been really good talking to you, bro. And I really like what you're doing. I love the fact that you are highlighting people from the area, like your little young brother from England. I need to get some glasses now. I'm about to call him up and get some shades.
I like, shout out to me.
Yo,
I got them on right now.
Yo, B, I need to go get me. I love the good old frames with no shade. Yo, like I'm about to fuck to see how I would have never knew that if I didn't hear your joint. You understand what I'm saying? So I like the fact. Keep on doing what you're doing, bro. This is amazing. That was my phone. Keep on doing what you're doing, bro. And, you know, I'm here, man, for whatever you need, however you need it, man. We family, bro.
Yo,
whatever you need, man.
I'm going to say this in closing, man. I appreciate you, man. Just the opportunity. I know your schedule. But you always told me, yo, bro, people make time for what they want to make time for. And that's a blessing to know that my brother's still in my corner. So I appreciate you having this opportunity, kicking it. Yo, my people don't understand the story and the history, man, but it's greatness. Yo, it's the round table. It's the year close up. I'm blessed to be here with my guy, Dre Perrin. And yo, you know who it is, the voice of the culture.
You know, this is my man. He call me Andre. You know we
I
go back.
Call him Andre. He called me Dion.
I call him Dion. I don't even know Shamique.
All that Shamique.
I don't know what the fuck that is.
Script another time. Yo, love is love. We out of here.
Peace, y'all.
Peace.